Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday, September 24th hint that Naomi Hawthorne will be on the cusp of a crushing loss, while June will save the day for someone. Could these two BTG spoilers be interconnected? Time to talk about it. First off, let's discuss Naomi's heartbreaking loss. Could this be linked to her work or something a little more personal? She is a lawyer after all, so it might be about losing an important case. Then again, will someone close to her lose their life? Beyond the Gates spoilers for fall have suggested someone will pass away in the land of Fairmont Crest. And while all arrows are pointing to Doug McBride meeting his demise, there is always a chance that it could be someone else. As June is about to be a hero during the September 24th show, will she lose her life saving someone else? BTG fans know that Joey Armstrong solicited Marcel Malone for a special assignment during the Tuesday, September 23rd show, so there's a good chance that Marcel has been tasked with the job to off Doug. Could June see Doug in trouble and intervene? Could this cost her life? Then again, June could be the hero in someone else's story, so only time will tell. Added BTG teasers reveal that things will get far worse for Doug during Wednesday's show, so it looks like this will be a must-see episode fans won't want to miss. Speaking of Joey, Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday's show indicate that two characters in Puerto Rico will do something to solidify their romance. This is likely talking about Joey and Vanessa McBride, since they were planning a getaway during Tuesday's show. Still, how exactly will this solidify things within their romance? Do they plan a quickie wedding like Danny Dupree and Andre Richardson did in Vegas on the Monday, September 22nd show? Beyond the Gates spoilers remind fans that Vanessa is still married to Doug, so getting hitched in Puerto Rico to another man seems highly unlikely. However, in the land of soaps, anything is possible, right? Danny and Andre wake up in Hangover City, neither completely aware of what they did the night before. Slowly, majorly clued in by their matching cigar band rings and a marriage certificate, the two realize that they did, in fact, tie the knot. Coming to grips with reality, Danny admits there is no one I would rather not remember marrying than you. With that, they prepare to head home and deal with the consequences of their impulsive actions. Martin and Samantha are hanging at Orphe Jean's, so the young woman can spend time with her mom, June. Sweet as that is, the fact that they are doing this behind Smitty's back becomes yet another issue between the husbands. "You are risking our relationship in order to score cool points with our kid," snaps Smitty. He insists that any future visits between their kids and June must involve a family member being present. Samantha gets very good advice from her mom. Meanwhile, Smitty arrives at the diner and has a confrontation with Marcel. If the crooked cop ever crosses the line again, the journalist warns, he'll release the secret-filled profile he wrote about the guy. Smitty then tells June he's not thrilled with her spending time with the kids, but will allow it if they insist. That said, if she hurts them, he'll cut her out of their lives for good. Derek moves into Ashley's apartment, and things get awkward quickly. Alone with Jacob, Derek's attempt to hide the ring he got Ashley leads to him accidentally cluing in his pal to the fact he's getting feelings back in his legs. Derek begs Jacob not to tell Ashley, as he wants to avoid giving her false hope. "I'm not asking for your approval," the fireman says, "just your silence." By episode's end, Naomi and Jacob are raising a toast to Derek and Ashley, but it's clear that Jacob isn't comfortable with the situation. Things are tense between Vanessa and Doug when they get together at Uptown. Worse, he shocks her with the news that he's planning to join a high-stakes poker game. Their argument gets increasingly nasty, especially on his end. Finally, he puts his cards on the table. "Why do you give up your vices, and I'll give up mine?" he says before walking out. Joey enters and suggests that he and Vanessa take a romantic trip to Puerto Rico. She's tempted, and he eventually persuades her to pack her bags and go with him. In the wake of Beyond the Gates' incredible Vegas nuptials for Danny and Andre, the newlyweds are going to be left with a whole lot more than a hangover. Sure, what they did, or I do'd, was impulsive, but in another way, was it? Was it really? These two have already turned what was supposed to be a one-night stand into a full-fledged relationship. "It's a day at a time," Carla Mosley tells Swoon with 3 O's. At first, they're in shock, but I do think that as human beings, They're committed to being in this. How could they not be? Danny and Andre may have now and then wanted to discount their feelings for one another, only to discover time and again that at the end of the day, they can't. The interesting line to toe with this Vegas wedding is that, yes, they're drinking, but what is that drinking revealing? Mosley ponders. What's that drinking allowing them to connect to so it's not, oh, we're just crazy, let's get it annulled the next day? We don't know what's going to happen, she adds, but it certainly is tapping into something that they might not have even realized yet themselves. If nothing else, their marriage is sure to send shockwaves through Fairmont Crest. Like, to the point that we'd pay for a sneak peek at Danny's ex Bill and Andre's crush, Ashley's reactions to the news. Here are your spoilers for Beyond the Gates. On Wednesday, September 24th, 2025. Puerto Rico, with its white sands and beautiful ocean vistas, is the perfect setting for a romantic getaway for a couple. In Wednesday's episode, one pair of lovers solidifies their relationship while in Puerto Rico. Could this be the duo of Vanessa and Joey? And if so, what an excellent distraction for Vanessa while Joey sorts out problems back home. Said no one. No one wants to be in Doug's shoes right now. Doug has shot himself in the foot, so to speak, by trusting Bill Hamilton and not Randy. But that could be the least of Doug's problems right now. As in Wednesday's episode, Doug's night goes from bad to worse. It won't take much to spell a stormy night for Doug, and his careless attitude, and she'll be right plodding around, is going to be his downfall. Not even Randy can help Doug this time, we fear. When retaliation comes, it'll be coming straight out of the blue, as Doug has no idea that Bill ratted him out to Joey. In Wednesday's episode, Naomi suffers a heartbreaking loss. So far, on Beyond the Gates, Naomi has managed to dodge the bullets when it comes to loss and heartbreak, being married to Jacob and stable in their relationship. The most significant blows thus far have been the breakup of her parents' marriage and the kidnapping of her sister. The Duprees will have another family member to rally around. As they do these days, June's new career in waitressing has been a roller coaster ride since she started, with diners often being surprised by her guesses of their orders and the exact opposite being delivered. Close to being fired, June continues to put her big smile on blast, and she sure is fun to watch. In Wednesday's episode, June saves the day. Something as simple as being the hero once could be just the self-esteem boost June needs. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday, September 23rd, indicate some explosive moments in Fairmont Crest. Derek Baldwin's secret is out, while Martin Richardson ticks off Bradley Smitty Smith. Plus, Joey Armstrong is up to no good. Read more to find out what the new CBS soap will be up to during Tuesday's show. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday, September 23rd, reveal that Jacob Hawthorne will figure out something Derek has been trying to hide. Is this about the fact that he has feelings in his legs and he's making progress? Then again, perhaps Derek is trying to keep his engagement to Ashley Morgan under wraps, as he may not be sure if the nurse was ready to tell others. It'll be interesting to see what Jacob finds out, and if he'll keep it a secret, for Derek's sake. Across town, Martin will attempt to do the right thing for Samantha Richards and end up ticking Smitty off in the process. Is this about Samantha's need to reach out to June? Or could it be about something else? Maybe he gives her the wrong kind of boyfriend advice. Fans will have to tune in to find out. In other news, Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday imply that Joey will meet up with Detective Marcel Malone and concoct a terrible scheme. Is this about Doug McBride? Doug made the vital mistake of organizing a scheme of his own and reaching out to Bill Hamilton. Bill in turn ratted him out to Joey. And now the casino owner has revenge on the brain. What kind of plan does Joey have in store for Doug? It feels like Doug could be a goner by the week's end. Read this. Beyond the Gates Comings and Goings, September 22 to 26. Sketchy cop return, mother, daughter. Lastly, BTG teasers hint that one couple must face the fact that things will never be the same. Is this about Nicole Richardson and Ted Richardson's? After all, Ted did the deed with Leslie Thomas, so there may be zero hope of a reunion between these two thanks to that. Is divorce imminent? The Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday, September 24th, 2025, reveal another heartbreaking loss for Naomi. Meanwhile, things don't look good for Doug. June saves the day on Wednesday. Who will she save? Her actions will grant her the opportunity to feel useful and make a difference in a person's life. June has been working hard to turn her life around, so it'll be satisfying to see her pay it back to someone else. Meanwhile, June's biggest advocate, Naomi, is about to suffer a heartbreaking loss. She has already been through enough lately. She almost lost her sister when Allison abducted her. Now she's about to lose someone close to her? Is this about June trying to save the day? Elsewhere, Doug's night goes from bad to worse. Unsurprisingly, Doug is in trouble. He is playing with fire, and if Joey has his way, he is about to get burned. Yes, something tells us that the cause of Doug's potential night from hell might have something to do with Joey, because the casino owner is seriously over Doug. Finally, a pair of lovers solidifies their relationship in Puerto Rico. This is probably Vanessa and Joey. In BTG's weekly video preview, they seem to be on vacation, and they are definitely lovers, as they have proved again and again at the casino. Joey is on record as wanting Vanessa all to himself, and in the video sneak peek, he even tells her to take her ring off. He is territorial, and he has made his play for Vanessa. But will their relationship last as soon as they return to Fairmont Crest? It seems like they're enjoying things on a whim. But reality could hit once they get home. Beyond the Gates gave fans some much-needed laughs with the wedding of Andre and Danny. The drunken Vegas wedding was great to watch, especially with an Anita lookalike officiating the ceremony, but it has also left us with some questions. As Soap Hub reported, one of those questions is whether Danny and Andre will be short-lived or stand the test of time. Another question is all about Bill. Chelsea's kidnapping made it crystal clear that Bill isn't quite over Danny. Their chemistry was on fire, and not just in a parent being worried about their child kind of way. Even though Bill doubled down on his love and marriage to Haley, something tells us he's not going to love Danny marrying Andre. Bill will no doubt lose his mind, which will be oh so entertaining for fans to watch. BTG fans flooded X with comments on Bill's reaction, including one that read, "Bill going to be hotter than fish grease when he finds out Danny is married." "We'll see how happily married Bill is once he finds out about Danny and Andre," wrote a different fan. One fan expressed, "Bill is going to flip when Danny and Andre pop back into town married. I can't wait." Ignoring the fact that Danny and Andre got drunk and had a Vegas wedding for the joy to come when Bill finds out and internally loses it, said a fan. There's no question it will be nice to have Danny shove Andre in Bill's face after what he did to her with Haley. The fallout of his marriage is going to ruffle a lot of feathers in Fairmont Crest. However, Bill's reaction is the one to watch for sure. It wouldn't be surprising if Bill pulls out the "I still love you" card to get Danny away from Andre. However, don't expect him to dump Haley over it. The marriage may send Bill into Danny's for a hot second, but he isn't going to give up his child bride that easily. And Haley certainly won't just let Bill walk away from her. Buckle up, BTG fans, things are heating up. Beyond the Gates continues to keep us on our toes. Just months after her divorce from Bill, Danny married Andre in a quickie wedding in Las Vegas. Their portrayers, Carla Mosley and Sean Freeman, were just as shocked by this twist in their storyline. Danny and Andre were drunk on love and alcohol. They decided to elope during their trip to Vegas. In an interview with Swoon, Freeman and Mosley shared their reaction to their character's storyline. "Deep gasp. Drops mic," Freeman exclaimed. Mosley got flashbacks to when her guiding light alter ego, Christian Moore, also had a drunken marriage. She loved that it paid homage to one of her first storylines in daytime. At first, the actors weren't sure what to make of this relationship. Danny and Andre started hooking up after her public divorce from Bill. They also didn't expect such a strong reaction from the fanbase. Freeman loves the die-hard Donnie and Andre fans. Mosley feels their relationship gives people what they want. Women viewers love that Danny ended up with a younger man who can't resist her. Danny and Andre's rushed decision to get married was more than just alcohol-fueled. While there are feelings involved, a certain couple might have given Andre the push to commit. Andre has a crush on Ashley, who got back with Derek. Freeman explained it being that his character was living in the moment and decided to seek the happiness he had with Danny. Meanwhile, Mosley teased that Danny is really confused about her own feelings. She's going through a major life change where she navigated divorce and her kids leaving the house. So, will these crazy kids make it after all? Mosley teased, "It's a day at a time. At first, they're in shock, but I do think that as human beings, they're committed to being in this." Freeman is excited to see where their relationship will take them. Even though the love of his life, Ashley, so it seems, is not working out, there's still something there with Danny. So he's latching on, and to just see where it goes. This marriage is just the beginning. Mosley and Freeman have no idea where their on-screen personas will end up months from now. Andre and Danny were initially written off as a fling, but now it could be something more. Both actors are going along for the ride and are excited to see where this goes next. On Beyond the Gates, Joey Armstrong has something up his sleeve. How do we know? Well, for one, Detective Marcel Malone is hanging around, and he and Joey alluded to some sort of plan. And in the Tuesday, September 23rd episode, Doug talked about an invitation to an exclusive poker game. Doug and high-stakes poker games do not mix. At the very least, the resentful cardiologist is headed for another financial downfall. At the worst, well, we don't want to go there just yet. It feels like Doug is in a dark place, one filled with countless straight-up whiskey drinks and potential poker games designed to make him fail. He's drinking a lot, and it doesn't seem like he wants to fight for his marriage anymore. He's folded the hand he has been dealt and is resigned to taking the loss. Up until Tuesday, Doug was raring to go. He had plan upon plan to bring down Joey. First, he would use Randy to throw a harsh spotlight on Joey. After all, the casino owner did try to get his then right-hand man to kill somebody. Then Doug wanted to expose Joey and Vanessa's money laundering operation, the same operation he's benefiting from. He was willing to cut off the cash flow in order to salvage his relationship with Vanessa, but on Tuesday, his fight was gone. After Doug left Vanessa at Uptown, she made a call, and Joey later slid right in to take Doug's place. Joey didn't want to see Vanessa down. He ended up suggesting a Puerto Rican vacation. It took about 2 seconds for Vanessa to agree. Oh, she was reluctant to say yes at first, but she got on board super quickly. At this point, she simply needs time and space from Doug, so getting off the mainland will do the job. This vacay will serve 2 purposes. It will separate Vanessa from Doug and solidify Joey's relationship with her. He has been dying to be the one man for her, but for some reason, she couldn't detach herself from Doug, even though their his are all grown up. It also gives Joey an alibi should something happen to Doug before, during, or after that high-stakes poker game. Joey is colluding with Marcel, and that can't mean good things for Doug. The guy even popped up at Orphe Jeans and told Smitty to delete the true version of the puff piece about him. There's something going down this week. We can feel it. Beyond the Gates, writers confirmed there's a death coming soon, but not a lot of other info. But there are some spoilers this week that have me wondering if it's one of 3 people that are about to die. Now, 2 of the people on my list are Doug McBride and also sweet little ex-addict June. We're going to talk about who I think might be marked for death on BTG, because we do know a death is coming. Now, there's no word if this is a murderous death, like a shooting or a stabbing. I mean, it could be an accidental death, a car crash, or somebody falls onto or off of something. Or it might be natural causes, like a heart attack or a brain aneurysm. I'm leaning away from natural causes, although we did have Bill Hamilton suffering a stroke a while back. Even though Haley Lawson was worried when Bill had his incident, I just don't feel like he's the one to die because of the spoilers. It just doesn't fit. That would be random. I don't know what storyline purpose it would serve. And also for me, I'm a big fan of Bill. They cannot get rid of my favorite eye candy on Beyond the Gates. So the first person I want to talk about is poor, sweet June. I don't want to see her die, but there is a spoiler that has me concerned about her. Although she's been revealed as Samantha Richardson and Tyrell Richardson's biological mom, that doesn't mean that she couldn't be killed off because she is a minor player. And I hesitate to think they're going to take out a major player. So, there's a spoiler for Wednesday that says June saves the day, which sounds nice and all that, But the same day, there's a spoiler that Naomi Hamilton Hawthorne suffers a heartbreaking loss, and you might think, oh, maybe her dad, Bill, does die. But no, he's in spoilers for Thursday doing just fine. So, the Naomi spoiler may not have anything to do with the death, but it certainly sounds dramatic, and it sounds like it might possibly be relevant. So, with June having the saves the day tea spoiler, and we know her daughter Samantha has been coming to see her at Origins to chat about girl stuff, that's kind of what has me concerned. Samantha wants to be able to ask her mom questions that a young woman doesn't want to ask her two dads. You know, mom and daughter, lady stuff. So maybe something happens, or Samantha is somehow in danger, and June throws herself in front of whatever it is to protect her daughter. I mean, given how June neglected Samantha and Tyrell as kids, it would be kind of a redemption if June was hurt or even killed protecting one of her children. But I don't know. I'd hate to see June go, and I feel like it's not her, and that this is something else. Let's talk about Randy Parker. He was the third person I was thinking of that this death spoiler might be about, on top of June and Doug. And also, with Randy, he's an ancillary character, and he's more disposable. Also, Doug was just telling Randy how he went to see Bill to tell him all about Joey Armstrong bad deeds, the money laundering, you know, the murder for hire, all of it. Randy was horrified that Doug was talking about Joey's business to Bill. But Doug thinks that because he and Bill went to high school together, it's all cool. It's not. Randy freaked out, especially when Doug said he told Bill that Joey ordered Randy to kill for him. He is absolutely terrified that Doug might have told Bill's name, but even if he didn't, Joey would know who he was talking about. So, Doug insists he can trust Bill. But Randy said something that might be foreshadowing. He told Doug that he might be dead wrong about that. And of course, we know that Bill already ran to Joey and blabbed that Doug is running his mouth about Joey's business. So I could see a world where Joey has Randy killed as a strongly worded message to Doug that he'd better shut up or else. There's evidence in the spoilers to suggest the death is tied in some way to Joey and the orders that he gives this week. But is Randy or is Doug the target? So, Tuesday spoilers have Joey and dirty detective Marcel Malone cooking up a new scheme. And then Wednesday, Marcel is with Doug, who's at the casino, boozing and betting with no idea that he is on the boss's radar at the same time. So, he's got an alibi. Joey has whisked Vanessa McBride away on a romantic and sexy trip to Puerto Rico. Joey has Vanessa in his bed, and he's telling her that he wants Doug's wedding ring off her finger. We'll see if she drops the jewelry along with her clothes. That same day, while Vanessa is getting hot and heavy with Joey, things get really bad for her hubby Doug. He's drunk, and he's ranting to Marcel about marriage being a gamble, and the odds are not in your favor. And the next day, Jacob Hawthorne calls Vanessa, who is lounging in bed with her mobster side piece. And Jacob says, "Oh, Vanessa, I've got bad news." So, it sounds like something happened to Doug. But is it death? Is it near death? Or is it just scare you to death bad? So, it looks like Jacob is calling Vanessa in an official capacity because he calls her from the cop shop. And his dirty partner Marcel is there looming and listening in the background. So, maybe Doug's not dead. But he was arrested for driving drunk. I mean, heck, maybe Randy was in the car with him and is dead. And it's set up to make it look like Dr. Doug was driving drunk and ran his car off the road and killed his friend. I mean, Vanessa is absolutely stunned by this news. So, there's another spoiler for Friday that says Dr. Nicole Dupree Richardson consoles a friend and gets an update. Given that Vanessa and Nicole are so close, maybe she hears that Doug was in a near-death accident and is consoling her. And then we also have another spoiler talking about how Vanessa and Ashley Morgan are both upset about the death of someone. So, maybe they both just happen to know Randy. We'll see, because he's been around for years. If Doug is arrested for a DUI with a fatality involved, that could send him to prison for years. And at least that would have him out of Joey's hair so he can have Vanessa to himself. And he's not at risk of being arrested because Doug is running his mouth. Vanessa has made it clear to Joey she does not want a world in it where Doug's not alive. But Vanessa never told Joey that he can't make Doug go away in some other manner, so that may be what he's doing. Also on Friday, It looks like Joey and Vanessa are back from Puerto Rico because she is getting comfort from Nicole. And there's another spoiler on Friday saying Joey issues a serious and scary warning. So, it could be Randy's dead since, let's be honest, Joey already had him marked for death because he stole from him months ago after not finishing the killing he told him to carry out. So, Joey may warn Doug, "I could have taken you out too for running your mouth. Last warning, shut up and go away, or else." And heck, Joey may even tell Doug that he's going to have to let Vanessa go if he wants to keep breathing. We'll see who lives and who dies this week, but things certainly look dire for somebody. Obviously, it shouldn't be a Dupree who dies. June, I like her, but she's an ancillary character, so she's semi-disposable. But she's also not a really good match for the spoilers, but never say never. I think the implication is going to be that Doug's in life and death danger, but it may be Randy, who is DOA. I'm excited to see how they handle it. I think Beyond the Gates has been doing a good job of breaking out of the typical soap trope model with some of the twists they have that are so unique. And I am loving it. On the September 23rd episode of Beyond the Gates, Doug McBride's reckless move sets dangerous plans in motion, while Jacob Hawthorne begins to uncover something Derek Baldwin didn't want him to know. Doug recently approached Bill Hamilton in a bold attempt to bring down Joey Armstrong. He believed that Bill would support his mission against the casino owner, unaware of the long-standing loyalty between Bill and Joey. Instead of helping, Bill quickly reported Doug's actions to Joey, exposing Doug's intentions almost immediately. Now, Doug's position in Fairmont Crest is under serious threat. In response to Bill's warning, Joey wastes no time contacting Detective Marcel Malone to deal with the situation. Viewers will recall that Marcel previously handled Kenny when he stalked Martin Richardson and his family, eliminating the threat without hesitation. Joey seems ready to take similar steps with Doug. The conversation between Joey and Marcel hints at a strategy to remove Doug permanently. Doug has no idea that the walls are closing in around him, and with Marcel involved, the outcome may not be a simple warning. Elsewhere, Jacob becomes suspicious of Derek Baldwin and begins to notice inconsistencies. The two have always shared a close friendship, but Derek's behavior has changed lately, and Jacob starts putting the pieces together. What Jacob eventually realizes is that Derek has been making progress in his recovery. Derek has started regaining feeling in his legs, but hasn't told Jacob. Instead of celebrating the milestone together, Derek has chosen to keep it to himself, leaving Jacob to discover the truth on his own. There's also another layer to the secrecy. Derek might be engaged to Ashley Morgan, but he hasn't shared this news with Jacob either. It seems Derek is waiting to reveal the engagement until Ashley is present, hoping to announce it together. But Jacob learning this through observation rather than honesty may damage the trust between them. Jacob now knows more than Derek expected him to, and that knowledge could change their dynamic permanently. Meanwhile, Derek's silence may also cost him his relationship with Ashley. If she finds out that he's hidden both his medical progress and their engagement plans from people close to him, she may begin to question what else he's not sharing. At the same time, Doug continues walking straight into danger, unaware that Joey has already decided how to handle him. With Detective Malone involved, it's no longer just about business, it's about survival. Whether it's Derek's choice to stay quiet or Doug's decision to go behind Joey's back, the consequences are already in motion. Jacob now holds Derek's secret, and Joey is ready to strike against Doug without mercy. Both men thought they had more time. Neither one does.